Hey, it's Scott. Hopefully you're well. I'm going to start out with what we used to do, and that's introduce you to new things. And I just got introduced to a new one. Let's see if I can get the TV right here, the screen right, the video right. It is Leaders Who Last by David Kraft. It's a short read. It's a Christian leadership book, crossway.org. I'm assuming you can probably find it on Amazon as well. It's a good one. If you want to be a leader and you want to be a leader that lasts, look at what it says here. Only 30% of leaders last. And we've seen them come and go in our lives for sure. We've seen Pastor David come and go, who died. We've seen some other leaders come and go in our lives who have done things that their church, not necessarily our church, but their church, not necessarily the whole church, but their church didn't forgive them for, so they moved on. We've seen pastors that have claimed burnout or claimed other things that led to burnout or burnout that led to other things. And it is a true statement. Okay, so grab that book if you want another read. It's pretty freaking amazing so far. It's short and sweet the way it looks, but some great, great, great information. So Jesus teaches about fasting. Walk number 15, 5, 10, 15. Our special guest is sleeping under the table today. So we'll see if he perks up. I'm leaving you on the cliff for that one. And Matthew says, 6:16 through 18. And when you fast, don't make it obvious as the hypocrites. Let's see if my mic's on. Yep. As the hypocrites do, for they try to look miserable and disheveled, so people will admire them for fasting. I tell you the truth, that is the only reward they will ever get. But when you fast, comb your hair, wash your face, and then no one will notice that you are fasting except your Father, who knows what you do in private, and your Father who sees everything will reward you. So, just continued lessons about your heart, about our heart, about Jesus' heart, about the disciples, where he wants to see his heart. Imagine, he's talking to 12 apostles. They're all in different places. They've all learned some of these lessons, but some of these lessons are probably brand new. So, they're catching this, and they maybe learned about fasting, and maybe their parents, maybe these are examples of what their parents did, or what their mentors did, or what their parents didn't do, or what their mentors didn't do. So here we go. That's where Jesus is falling in line and dropping it in piece by piece by piece. Let's see what he teaches about money. Don't store up treasures here on earth where moths eat them and rust destroys them and where thieves break in and steal. Store your treasures in heaven where moths and rust cannot destroy and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there is the desires. There the desires of your heart will also be. I'm going to stop right there for a minute because let's think about this. So if Jesus is teaching us anything, it's what do we need to save? What do we need to hang on to? Well, we need to store our treasures, our heartly treasures, our mindly treasures, and all this other stuff that the world says we should save up, whether it be money. Now, Proverbs says there's something, I remember it's something about fools, spend all their money. But also, Jesus had another teaching about that where he said, invest, invest, invest. And that's what we're trying to do right now with Agua de la Roca is get our money, the money that you have sent us, get our money working in the kingdom. Keep it working in the kingdom. If we get right now, we've raised about $3,000 over the past 6 months. Spent a little bit of that here and there and everywhere. We have an abundance of t-shirts and swag, but we need to get the rest of that money working. And how do we get it working? I'm not going down there anytime soon this year. So how do we get that money working, and how can that money be working continuously? So how does that apply to your tithe? Get your tithe out of your pocket and get it into the kingdom. Get that 10% first out of your pocket and get it working in the kingdom. Your eye is a lamp that provides light for your body. When your eye is good, your whole body is filled with light. But when your eye is bad, your whole body is filled with darkness. And if the light you think you have is actually darkness, how deep that darkness is. No one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. So all this was about money, just dropped into it, right? Your eye is a lamp that provides light for your body. When your eye is good, your whole body is filled with light. But when your eye is bad, your whole body is filled with darkness. So what are our eyes? What are our eyes fixed on? What are our eyes looking forward to? What are our eyes translating to our mind and to our heart and to our mind? Somehow they're connected. Um, I don't know if our heart actually speaks to us or if our mind does it all, but we constantly look at our heart as what makes us feel good. We know that part of that is our mind, but somehow it seems like those two are connected. So what is our eye, or what are our eyes fixed on? What is lit for us in our lives? Think about it. What's the first thing we're attracted to? What's the first thing that we're magnetized to? What makes us get up in the morning? What gives us peace to go to bed at night? Get your money working for yourselves. Get your tithe working for yourself. Get your talents working together with all of the above. God bless.